My name is Jen, and today we are going to do a tag. Hey, so this tag is called the e-reader book tag, and I was actually tagged in this a while ago by the GKBC, and sorry, I did know that you tagged me in this, but it was on my list of things to do and then just got lost somewhere in the shuffle, but here we are. I'm doing it better late than never. So let us get into this tag. So I don't think I know exactly who created this, but I will look it up and I'll leave like a link, or I'll tag whoever originally created it too down below. So the first question is, what was the first e-reader you ever owned? Actually, this is like a three-part question. What was the first e-reader you ever owned? What was your reason for getting one? And were you a reluctant convert or an eager one? So I'll answer the first part first. What was the first e-reader you ever owned? I actually don't own one. Any ebooks that I read, I end up reading off of my laptop, or occasionally my phone. My reason for getting one, like I said, I don't have one. I don't really want to spend the money, and I've never really wanted anyone to spend the money on it for me, just because I know they're kind of pricey, and I honestly don't read enough ebooks to justify spending money on it. Were you a reluctant convert or an eager one? Fairly reluctant, which is also why I don't own one still. Just because for the most part I do like to read physical books. Partially just because I like holding something tangible, but the other larger part of that is that I tend to get eye strain, and I just have a really hard time reading off of screens. I will definitely do it if it's like a necessity, like it's a book that I am reading for a particular reason and it's in the common domain. So I will, read that. Usually those, if they're older books and they're part of the common domain, I usually read those like off of what is that website called? It has like a German name. Shit. I cannot remember what the name of it is. But I'll leave a link to what it is down below. Oh my god. Guggenheim. No, not Guggenheim. That's the museum. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm having a brain fart. I'll leave a link to what it is down below. You probably already know what I'm talking about. 'Cause it's a pretty big site, especially if you want to read like classics that you may or may not have been able to find or don't have access to. So yeah, I'll use that for books like that, and otherwise I like borrow them. And yeah, I'll read them off of, like I said, my phone or my laptop, and that's usually because it's books that I feel like I probably won't like, so I'd rather borrow them, or it's books that I just don't want to spend the money on them, or I don't want to spend like a lot of money on them. So yeah. Let me see. Question number 2 is, what e-reader do you use now, or what e-readers do you own? Like I said, I use my phone or my laptop. I don't really use my phone as much anymore, just because the screen is just worse for me. So it's honestly usually my laptop. Question 3 is, do you read digitally on multiple devices or always on the same device? And if you use multiple, how do you decide which one to use? I have read on my phone for convenience, but for the most part, because of how small the screen is, I just end up preferring to read on my laptop instead. Question number 4 is, do you still read physical books? If so, how do you decide which format to read a certain book in? Oh, I kind of answered this already. I still read mostly physical books. But on those occasions where, like I said, it's a hard to find book or a classic or something that I'm just not able to get my hands on, I don't have access to, I will use, like I said, that website. I'll use that for that kind of thing. And then otherwise I will borrow the ebooks normally of books that I either don't want to spend money on or don't want to spend a lot of money on, or it's books that I have a feeling I'm not going to like, so yeah, I would rather borrow them than spend money on them, on like buying them. So I'll like borrow them from the library. Question 5. What is something you dislike about reading ebooks? Eye strain. That is something that I deal with quite often. Thankfully not as often as I used to. Like a couple of years ago it was legitimately horrific. But now it's not so bad, but I still have to be like careful with the amount of time that I spend looking on screens, because I look at screens for work but not as much as I used to. Plus I look at screens just socializing. I look at screens doing like keeping up with Instagram, keeping up with YouTube, editing videos, you know, doing everything. Writing, researching. Like I look at screens so many hours a day, so I do have to be kind of careful here and there and limit how much I have been doing a day so I don't overdo it, because then I get like really bad headaches from it. So yeah, that's mostly why I don't read a lot of ebooks, is because of that. Question 6. Would you ever ditch physical books completely and become a sole ebook reader? If yes or no, why or why not? Could not, just because of the eye strain thing. If it was possible to not have to deal with that, when I read like an ebook or something, that would be nice, and it honestly would probably lead to me reading more ebooks, but I don't think I could ever physically or ever like stop reading physical books. I just enjoy them a lot. I like collecting them and holding them and smelling them, even if sometimes they're old and musty. So yeah. Question 7, where you get your ebooks, Kindle store, library loans, or third-party websites? Yeah, I kind of answered this too. So yeah, like I said, that website that you can get classics and like really old books that are in like the public domain and stuff like that, that website. Oh, I'm so angry I can't remember the name of it. Oh, I know it starts with a G too. But yeah, I'll leave a link to that website down below so you can see what I'm talking about, even though I'm sure you probably know if you exist on the internet. But yeah, that is what I use for that kind of stuff, and everything else are like library loans. Okay, last question is to tag fellow booktubers. Again, I need to feel more comfortable about actually tagging people. I will think about it, and because I can't think of who to tag at the moment, but I will figure it out, and I will, you know, tag whoever down below. And if whoever I tagged, if you've done it before, sorry. Don't feel pressure to do it. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you guys are also into this tag, consider yourself tagged. Thank you again so much for tagging me originally, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for always watching. If you are new here, please consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next video.